Okay, it says we're live. Let me double check on the websites. Um, Not quite yet. There is a delay by the looks of it. Okay, YouTube says we're live. Let's see what Rumble says. Rumble is still waiting on us. Um, Rumble should not be waiting on us. It doesn't take this long. And I know I set it up right. Why are we doing this, Rumble? You're supposed to be recording in progress. Woohoo! It worked.
All
I'm
right,
so
cool.
happy.
All right.
Oh my god, that is so cool. It worked. All right.
All right.
So let me.
Good
I'm
evening,
gonna go send out
everybody.
those links.
All right.
Hello, everyone.
Good evening, everybody. Today is Monday, January 12th of 2026. We hope everybody had a great Christmas, uh, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, and a very happy New Year in 2026.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Feels like we've been away forever, but it also feels like we haven't had enough time to be off.
Oh god, yeah. And then with me, with all the chaos that happened, and then getting sick and ending up at the ER on Saturday night. Yeah,
Right.
I did not get a break.
I I feel your pain.
It's
Um,
like, how was this our 2 week, 3 week vacation and we still couldn't get it together?
yeah, a little. It was almost 3 weeks, 2.5 weeks.
Yeah, because we ended up with the chaos that was expressed on the Discord server.
Right,
I don't want to hash that out here, but
right.
that
So
chaos
yeah, so
happened.
if you were unaware, Crazy B had some personal things going on that
Chaos.
if you were part of the Discord, you would know exactly what it was. So if you're not signed up for Discord, please do so.
Yes. Oh, nope. I don't need to take that call. It's a scam place, spam thing. Sorry. But yeah, my life was a little bit chaotic um, over the holidays. And it led to me ending up in the hospital because of extreme swelling in my back, cutting off sensation in my legs. And we're praying that the swelling will go down so they don't have to do surgery.
Uh huh.
So, yeah, pray for me. Oh, what a week.
We need the prayers.
Yes, very much so. Oh, my Lord.
What
I know
else is
your holiday went a little bit better than mine did.
Well, we were kind of on the sick side, which I still
Hmm.
think I'm trying to ignore. But this time last year, I had spent a month in the nursing facility, and I keep laughing and saying I need to go back there for a break from life, you know, where I
Oh,
had
yeah.
people taking care of me and, you know, albeit the slop that we had for food, you know, that was the only bad thing, but
If you don't like what others cook, cook for yourself, and then they can have the
exactly.
good stuff.
Yep.
That's the way I've always said it at the holidays. You don't like what I made, make your own, and then
Mm-hmm.
you can bring it, and I won't have to cook.
Right, right. So in case if you want to go back, Crazy B, to
Oh,
the first thumbnail, we don't know if anybody noticed or not, but we have a new logo design that Crazy B and I worked on while we were on break. And oh, here goes the choo choo train.
yep,
Hey
on
Vanilla.
time.
Oh, you're
Hey,
sick.
Vanilla.
So you're sick too, Vanilla? Sorry, you're under the weather. It's the time of year, I
It
think
is
when you're around relatives
all the
and
kids.
the kids and even just to do things like go to the grocery store,
The
you have
cesspool
yeah,
of
the
fall.
cesspool. You know what I mean? You don't think about this stuff. You grab a grocery cart and who knows whose hands are
Your
on it.
immune system's got to get a workout somehow.
Well, I guess. Uh
It looks like a cosmic donut.
I think
Yeah,
it looks. Uh, I could agree with that. I think it looks like a button that you have to press.
or so on. Yeah,
Yes,
it could be
right,
either or. It's kind of
right,
got that 3D depth to it.
right. Maybe you're hungry. You want
Well, they put me on
donuts.
steroids. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah. Maybe you're hungry. See, with me, I'm hungry like constantly right now because of the steroids they put me on for my hip and my back.
right. Well, I take them every day, and luckily,
It sucks.
yeah, am over that. So I don't have to worry unless I double up or have to triple up. Then,
Oh, I'm going to
there
end up
might be an
having to
issue.
check the scale.
Yeah. So, yeah. So, Vanilla, do you like it or not? Do you like the new design? We think it's less busy.
And I also like that we also have options with this that we can expose as we go along. There's some
Yes.
slight variances as you
Yes.
will see down the road.
Right. Yeah, we
But this
have.
was my daughter's favorite out of all of them. This
Was
was one
it?
of her favorites. Yep.
Yeah. Well, we'll have if you tune in on Friday, you'll see a little bit of one of the differences.
Slight changes.
Yeah, a slight change to it.
Oh, he says it looks cool.
Well, that's good. I don't
Our
think
two
you.
combined minds pulled this together.
Right.
Me pissed off because my hands wouldn't work. Even though it looked good, my hands, I still felt like it wasn't lined up right here or wasn't lined up right there. And my hands hated me. So,
Well, we'll get there. I
no,
mean,
it
it's
looks, it looks great. Now,
yeah.
when I'm looking at the finished piece, it actually looks really good.
Mhm.
It's just
Yeah.
it didn't while I was putting it together.
Yeah. I think it looks less busy. So,
I like it this way. And it's
yeah.
our style.
Right. So, all right. So we have the new logo, and as Crazy Bee said, there's a couple variations to it, as you'll see as we go forward. And then, what do you have as the next piece up, Crazy Bee?
Um,
What's
oh, we were going to do the little catch up on what you
no,
guys,
like what? Show them what our schedule is for the day again.
oh, the schedule.
Yeah.
We're going to start having a daily schedule put together for you guys to kind of see what we're going to cover and approximately when we're going to get to it.
Right. So
Just a little heads up.
right. So our new schedule, and sorry about the typo. I had a Z there. It shouldn't have been there.
Oh, and I didn't even catch it.
Yeah, I just saw it. And
We'll fix it eventually, but it wouldn't be us if it wasn't some kind of typo.
right. So the schedule for now, we will be live Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, 7 to 9. And we're going to, after discussion, I it's on my end. I need a day where I need a break, and if
Hmm.
I don't, I'm gonna go under sooner than later. So we're gonna continue to drop videos on Wednesdays from 7 to 9.
Yep.
Uh, and there'll either be a pre-recorded video or there'll be videos that we've done in the past that are
Recycled.
relevant to what we're currently talking about. And as we get into the China threat, you'll see what we're talking about. So
Hmm.
that that's for right now. Now we've been able to do the 7 to 9 schedule because of Crazy Bee, and sometimes I help out another content creator, and they are off right now.
Until
So
further notice. We
yeah,
don't even have
until
an estimated timeline.
correct, and we're not sure when they'll be back, and when they do come back, then that may throw us back into uh the previous schedule that we had of, being live 2 nights a week and afternoon 2 days. So, but we'll see what happens, and we're also going to try this 7 to 9, and As of right this second, I told Crazy B before we went live, I'm not sure how 7 to 9's going to work after having the baby all day and then trying to make
Well, you
dinner.
got that
And
really good power nap in.
we did. We had an awesome, we slept until, from what time was that? 11
It was
o'clock
about
till
one
4?
o'clock your time until
Yeah,
4 o'clock
4
your
o'clock,
time.
yeah. So, and I hadn't slept for almost 4 days. So, uh, him and I were out like a light. EJ had to wake both of us up. And, but I am somewhat concerned that I'll be alive. It's between 7 to 9. So if I drop off, I told Crazy B she has everything she needs. She can just,
Nah, I'll
get
just pick.
go with the
I'll just
flow.
pause off where we're at, and we'll pick up because I mean, everything's already in the studio for the
Right.
slideshows and stuff. So, and
And yeah,
we'll
and
just
we
pick up where we
will,
left off.
right. And we're gonna go, we're gonna start at 7. And when we finish up whatever content we have, that's what time we're gonna end.
Well,
And
unless it goes more than 2 hours, because we have
correct.
quite a bit on today,
Yeah.
and it's something we definitely should. It's stuff we need to talk about. It's important,
Right.
and there is a few videos.
Right.
So we probably won't get through all of this today. So expect a part two tomorrow.
Right. And then we're going to have our usual chit chat catch up. We have a little bit more to talk
Yep.
about, that I have at least. And then we're going to get into today. While we have, in the new, well, I'm not so sure about mainstream media, but if anybody's been paying attention, obviously you know what's been happening in Minnesota with the Somalians. And I
Oh
am
yeah, that
yeah,
chick got shot for hitting a cop in the knees. Yes, it was a glove tap with the car, but that is
yeah,
still a deadly weapon. So
right.
there's that.
Well, that, and plus the Somalian community, uh, the majority,
Scam
the
central.
scam, the billions of dollars that has been stolen, and then they've
Yep.
identified other communities in the country as
That have been
doing the
doing the
same type
same.
of thing. And so, in
And
that
that's our tax
respect,
dollars.
yeah, in that respect, I'd say that so far with China, with the things that Crazy B and I have brought up during this past year, if you go back, we have identified these issues before anybody else has.
Well, we didn't catch so much the fraud part until
Right.
that did come forward, but there was a lot of concerns with the communities
Correct.
that we have
Correct.
drawn attention to.
Correct.
Yes, not so much the exact detail, but hey, these people are trouble.
Right.
We need to keep an eye on them. They,
Exactly.
should be better vetted. They shouldn't be just,
Right.
allowed to run free.
Right. And we brought up, everything, the Muslim issue,
Oh,
with
and there's
what was
still more
going on with New York and, other places in the country.
than
Uh,
that. Hmm.
so I'm pleased that we've been ahead of the game. And we also, and as we get into this, decided that rather than, and we probably will get into some of the stuff that's gone on in Minnesota, but rather than jump on the bandwagon and just rehash all of the details that has been in the news for the past couple weeks, and I guess part of my point is, you know, I could die today, and you know what? The news cycle continues. The world does
Yep.
not stop just because we were off for 2.5 weeks. The news every day was crazier than the next day, and we
Yep.
were both like crazed, like, oh my god, we need to be. There were days I wanted to call Crazy B and just say, we got to go live. We have to be live, and I don't know, kind of forced us to step back. I know I went from averaging 18 hours. Well, I'll take off 3. I'll even take off 4 for shopping and playing a game or whatever. So I averaged between about 15 hours a day doing all the work that I have to do. And I got that kicked down to 10 hours a day by just
Beautiful.
being off. And so uh, we thought that it would be important to revisit what are other things that are going on that perhaps we're not paying attention to. That, right now the noise is up in Minnesota, it's in Ohio, you
But
know,
not a lot of people are talking about Iran's capital getting
correct,
overthrown today
correct,
because the people of Iran are sick of this shit.
exactly. And
So there is a lot going on in the world.
right. And so we looked at what in the United States is happening that perhaps we're not taking a look at it again. And one of the biggest things is the China threat, which
Yep.
we decided that we would revisit it and kind of see where we're at, and we'll get into the further detail. But let's finish up on my pieces that I wanted to add from my
Oh, yeah.
holiday season.
So let
Um,
me pull those up.
yeah, as everybody knows, my brother-in-law passed away this in 2025, and for the Christmas holiday, my sister-in-law, uh, his wife, gave everybody. She made these pillows using his flannel shirts. He
It's a
wore
beautiful
flannels all of
gift.
the time. Everybody got a flannel shirt that he wore. And one of the coolest things was the youngest sister. Uh, she, and unbeknownst to my sister in law, she made her a pillow using his shirt, and that was one of the ones that his sister had bought him. And that I thought was just so appropriate. But
It
I thought this
is.
was really a neat idea. Uh, that she took a flannel shirt, she made this 12 by 12, no, it's bigger than that, 16 by 16 pillow, I guess, using a shirt. And I know that when my mom passed, I mean, heck, you could probably use anything, to make a pillow, to make a blanket. I think I've seen people take different, like, material of shirts or t-shirts or
Mm-hmm.
whatever, and make things. But I thought this was a unique idea. It's
They
really
do
nice.
jewelry urns
Right,
for humans and pets.
right,
That's another very creative thing. Keychains, necklaces, rings, bracelets.
right, right. I have
There's a lot of unique ways.
yes. In fact, I'll resend you tomorrow. We'll share. I had these little urns for my family members made, and well, I still have my parents' ashes under the TV in my bedroom, and they've
My
been
dog is
back
on the fireplace.
waiting. They've been gone since '09 and since 10. And
Um, I've had my dog for since 2018,
uh-huh.
and yeah, special as he is, he sits up on our fireplace.
Yeah. Well, they're just in the box tucked in the back. Now, I did
Oh,
take out ashes, and they wanted to be placed at the beach, the mountains, and somewhere on the property. And we just haven't gotten up to the mountains that we used to go to. And then on the property, I'm hemming and hawing on where I want to put them, because I'm trying to keep the thought in my head that once
where
developers are
was their
trying to,
favorite spots?
yeah, well, developers are trying to come in, and so I didn't want them disturbed, so I might have to go up on the hillside and put them. I don't know, but anyway,
Overlooks
they're
the
they're
land.
under the TV stand in the bedroom, and they haven't moved since. But
Hey,
but but
If
I
they
do.
start moving, I would seriously call an exorcist.
Yeah, there would be a problem, right? But I do. I think this was a really nice idea. Uh,
It's beautiful.
and
And it's really personal
it
because
is
it
very,
was him.
yes, to know that he wore the shirt. Now I do have to laugh because I finally, put all the Christmas stuff away the other day, and
Oh,
I
ours is
had,
still up.
yeah, and I had the pillow sitting on the this one area in the living room. And when
Hmm.
I went for it, I was like, now where the heck did that go? And here my husband, his brother, had taken it and put it on the very top bookcase in the living room. So he doesn't want it used or anything. So,
Oh, of course. I don't blame
yeah,
him. That's
right.
a memento. And hi, Irby, and hi, Blue. I haven't
Hi,
gotten to say hi
Blue.
to either of you two
Yeah.
yet.
Hey, Orby, good to see you. Hey, Blue. What's up, honey? And so it is. I think it's a unique idea. Uh, Now, I don't recommend using socks or underwear or anything like
Oh,
that or
please
your
don't.
bra,
Yeah,
but
please don't. No, no.
yeah, but your
Well, my
t-shirts or
brother, when he was, my brother could drop dead at any time. But at one point, he wanted his ashes put into a BMX bike. Then he also wanted his body taxidermied with flexible joints so we could pose him throughout the house.
oh, that would be lovely.
So
That would
yeah,
be,
we've
yeah, you
we've
could
kicked it
carry him
around with
around
him.
with you at all times. There you go.
Yeah, like a mannequin. Just
Right,
pose them
right,
throughout the
right.
house in different positions to creep people out.
Oh, that
Yeah.
would be funny, especially at Halloween, huh?
But I don't know the legality of it in many states.
I don't think that's legal to do
I'm
anywhere.
pretty sure it's not, but it was my brother's idea.
Right,
Same, he's still alive, but he has died like 8 times since he
right.
was 18 that I know
Gee,
of.
wow.
And so, I mean, we know it's impending. It's just a when. And when he would get on my nerves, I'd threaten to put him on layaway at a funeral home, you know?
Jeez.
And
That's
that's, again, what you do with family that gets on your nerves.
there you go.
You threaten to put him on layaway
There
at a
you
nurse
go. I
at a
never
funeral
thought of
home.
that one, but
I'm going to
maybe I'll
drop
try
you off
using
until
it.
you die, and then they
Yeah.
just take you from there.
Yeah, maybe I'll try that. But I don't know if anybody did this. I know back in the day when I was in high school, one of the big things was to embroider your blue jeans
Oh,
and
yes.
or take your
And those
blue
cool
jeans,
patches.
yeah, or take your blue jeans and make them into a purse.
Mm-hmm.
So that was
Yep,
always
done
a
that
big,
many times.
yeah, or make it some type of bag. So, think about the stuff that you have and, instead of throwing it away, is there another purpose for it, that you can
Oh,
use.
yeah.
So,
My
all
kids
right.
will get my walker, my walking stick, my wheelchair, my
Uh-huh.
bed. My son and daughter will fight over my computer, and their dad will probably do the same.
Right.
Yeah, I could see it happening.
Well, maybe you need to write down who gets what.
No, I'm going to let them all duke it out. Are you kidding? They can't even agree on who does what dishes each day. No, y'all can duke it out. That's what you do, anyways.
There you go. All right. And then I have two drawings I wanted to share with you just because I'm proud of what he did. Here's the first one. Jacob, right before, he's only 9, right before Thanksgiving, he made 22 individual drawings for each of his family members, ranging in age 11 all the way up through 93. He made a personalized picture, drawing and everything, drawing just like you see here, uh,
He's
individual
talented.
pictures for each person. And he was so proud when he handed them out to everybody on Christmas Eve. And I was just completely floored uh, because I had no idea he was doing this. And so that's the first picture of the Grinch. And then
Mm-hmm.
here's the second picture that he gave us of an elf. And I just think
Those were
he's
the only two you sent. So,
yeah. They're the ones that Eric and I got. I didn't get to see the other ones, so I have really
Oh,
no idea what he
have
did.
people send pictures of
Right.
them.
And but I think he's talented, you
Oh,
know.
he's very talented.
Yeah. At one time, I would tell you I was good at drawing in third grade and up. I got some drawing awards. His dad is extremely talented in art, and you name it, he can do it in, metalwork, pottery, all of that.
Mm-hmm.
I actually wanted him to be a graphic designer, and he worked for our company for 4 years, 5 years, and he worked for graphic designs. And one of the things he did was a picture for um, when the nurses were going to meet with the president at the time for cancer
COVID.
research. Yeah, cancer research. So
Oh, the cancer research one. Okay.
he developed a postcard, and he had gotten his wisdom teeth out when we received a phone call that the president's team wanted something changed on the postcard. And they called us and said, "Can he do this?" And I'm like, "Well, he just had surgery this morning." And he said, "I'll fix it, Mom." And so he
Aw.
he had pizza that night, believe it or not, and jaw and face all swelled up, and he redid the postcard for them, and they sent it to the White House, and it was sent out for that year. So I was proud. He's really talented, and
Yeah. You can see Jake gets it.
yeah, and what killed me was, I wanted him to go in that direction, but he got to the point where he did murals and I mean, all types of design, and he finally decided that he was tired of people telling him
What
how to
they
change,
wanted.
yep, how to change or what to do with his art. And he said, "I'm going to do it for myself and my family." And he went into business, in the same business that Eric has, and which he'll take over probably in the next couple years. So,
Well, that's like my daughter with her art. We have finally convinced her we're going to get her some canvases and we're
right,
going to make an art easel because it's cheaper than buying them. And
right.
hi, cannabis, before I forget.
Hi, Cannabis.
and,
Happy New Year.
and we'll get her the stuff so she can start selling her art online.
Yeah,
Um, eBay, Etsy, great places to sell art if you are an artist.
right,
And people are making some good money there.
right,
Because, I mean, most people can't afford the expensive high end art, but they'll take the, mid level, mid to upper mid level artists that are
right,
out there.
right.
And sketches are, I mean, just pencil, ink,
Sketches. Yep.
paper sketches are going upwards of $25, $30 for just a little doodle.
Yeah,
You know, it's like, wow.
yep,
So there are,
yeah,
but I mean, you got to have some talent,
right.
not just that, put a banana on a pedestal and there's
Well,
art.
that or you could be like Biden and be on crack and just spit things at a canvas and make, you know,
Art,
thousands of
yup.
dollars, right?
And the guy who hung a paint can from a rope and then just swung it back and forth a great
Uh
big
huh.
canvas. It's
Yep.
like, really?
Uh huh.
Really?
But people buy it.
It's stupid. That's
Right.
not art.
Well,
To me, it's stupid.
right.
My definition. Art needs to have something more to it. If it's something anyone can do, it's not art.
Right.
It's got to
Well,
be special.
somehow for right now, any of that stuff, if I swung shit from a paint can off of a rope, all it would do is fall off and go plop, and that would be it. There would be nothing else on the canvas. But
My luck too. Or it would
yeah,
go everywhere but the
yeah,
canvas.
right. It'd be on the walls and stuff. And
The
yeah,
canvas will be pristine white,
wait,
and the
no,
rest of the place is going to be covered.
no, it would hit you and be all over you.
I'd be
You'd
knocked out.
Right, you'd be knocked out and stuff, and the canvas would still be blank, and you'd be
Yep,
covered in
yep,
paint.
that sounds, yep. I
Yeah,
am not good with like drawing directly with my hands, but as you guys can see, we discuss what the logo is or what we want picture wise, and I kind of just blend whatever together to make it.
right.
So I
Yep.
got some digital art talent.
And that's important. So,
Yeah, to some.
right, right. So that was my holiday, and we had a good time with catching up with family, friends, and good food and
Oh yeah, the
all of
yummy
that.
stuff.
Yeah, I forced myself to be out for all the events, and it
Oh
was kind of
God,
rough. Yeah, it was rough.
I
But
skipped going to family for Thanksgiving and Christmas, but still ended up at the hospital because of swelling around the root nerves in my lower spine.
yep,
Yeah, that was just Saturday at about 10:41 Central Standard Time. I got to
yep.
spend a good 3 hours at the hospital, get a CT scan, steroids, and if the numbness and stuff doesn't go away by Thursday, I've got to potentially go in for more steroids in an attempt to not have surgery to
Well,
decompress that nerve.
the
Well,
only
both nerves.
the only thing I can say about all of that is, welcome to my world.
Shit, I knew it was
Yeah,
coming. It was
and
just a
here's
matter of
what's funny
when.
is, I said I said to Crazy B, I have a Medrol pack. I
I'm
said,
I'm on day 2 of
if you
mine.
want, I'll go back on, triple
No,
steroids for you. The thing with me though is I get mean. Like I
I
get
get aggravated. I don't
yes.
get mean. I just get frustrated.
I get highly aggravated, and I don't mean, and I don't want to, I don't know. What do you think? Do I get
You get
nasty?
you can at times,
Yeah.
but it's not on purpose. I know it's the prednisone doing it,
Yeah.
which is why I don't take
And
offense to it. But yeah, you can. But
and the
it's not
thing
like you
is
weren't
when you're
calling me out of my name, but it's a very confusing time.
yes. I mean, I don't swear at you or anything. I don't call you names or anything like
No,
that. I'm
but it
just
still can. I mean, like, I don't want to go into details because,
yeah.
but there are times where it's borderline. But, I understand it
A
and I don't get
borderline.
upset about it. And I
Here's
just try to calm
no.
you
But
down.
here's the thing is, here's what's funny is when you're going through it, you
You
don't
don't
know
know.
and you can't control it. That's the kick in the pants. And then when you're done and it's over with, you're like, yeah, blue nose. Steroids
Yeah.
make me
See, I
crazy.
can get, but you see, I recognize it in myself.
Yeah.
I've been able to recognize it. And like, I was getting so aggravated last night because I kept dropping things and falling over, and I kept having to ask somebody to come pick it up for me. I'm like, where are my grippers so I can just grip it myself and I don't got to ask anyone? And it's not that, and I'm like, look, I'm not mad at you guys. It is the steroids. I am hungry. I am aggravated. Everything is on my nerves. Just get me my grippers. And if I ask for help, don't give me attitude.
Right. Vanilla, I've never sworn at you. What are you talking about? I will when we're I will when we're done though. Look in your DMs when we're done.
Oh,
Oh,
that'll be
that's
fun.
funny.
Pick as many languages as you want and translate the same thing over and
Exactly.
over and over.
But it's
It's hard to go through.
it is a very difficult thing, and the thing is I take steroids every day. If I didn't, I'd be dead. So when I
And I
get
don't go
sick,
through them
yeah,
daily.
when I get sick, I either have to double or even triple up depending on what's going on. And so then we, the sometimes the double and the triple doesn't help. So then I have to not only double my regular steroids, but then they've been thrown in the Medrol pack. And oh man.
That is not fun on
And
top of it. And
yeah,
that's the one I'm on.
it's a terrible feeling. But
See,
in a
y'all
word.
are enabling her. I
Yep.
have very legal ways of getting revenge on people.
That's funny.
Oh,
All right. So, let's get into tonight's show then, and
Let
As
me
we mentioned,
transition this over.
yeah, as we mentioned, uh, we are trying to take a look at perhaps what else is going on in the country that nobody is talking about.
Mm-hmm.
So we've looked at the issues going on in the Muslim community, Texas, Minnesota, New
Michigan.
York, Michigan, all the stuff with Zofran that is out of control. And
Mm-hmm.
again, we could take any of these areas and talk about them, but it, you know,
You start
the
to beat the dead horse at
exactly,
some point.
exactly. And so, what else and who else, particularly it's the who that we are now questioning, maybe we need to take a look at them and revisit it. And so, we are suggesting that we need to go back and revisit illegal aliens, and I am still calling them that, as
They are
that is the definition that the Congress has used to identify them. They are not undocumented, they are not migrants, they are
illegal
illegal aliens.
immigration
Correct. So if
by
you've
means
come
of illegal immigration. Yep.
right, if you've come across any of the borders, if you've came by boat, if you dropped in by helicopter and you didn't present at a port of entry, you are an illegal alien. And so we're going to revisit the China threat. And
Thank you.
on Wednesday, Crazy B will have, as we mentioned with the scheduling, we're going to use Wednesdays for right now to drop either videos that we've already recorded or new pre recorded videos. And
Or
in this,
recycled ones that we've already used on the
right,
lights.
right. And in this case, you'll see as we go through it, we're going to revisit, we're going to drop the China videos that we did previous, so that you can, and for people that are new to the channel, that they'll know exactly what we're talking about. So
Yep.
with that, let's get into what we have done, Crazy B.
Alrighty. Let's transition to the first slide.
Okay, so this is our summary. As of today, we've heard of the millions of illegal aliens crossing the United States borders. Initially, the reporting identified Mexico and Central America as having the most crossings, and that is true. And that's all we heard about
Yes.
was, Hispanics, Hispanics, Hispanics. They were either
Well, they were also covering which border they were coming from, not
right,
necessarily the ethnicity of those coming through.
right. And it was basically the southern border. The northern border was not discussed. We, Rex Sisters, brought up the northern border about how it was
Yep.
unguarded, unmanned, undermanned, and how
Mm-hmm.
the administration Biden had pulled the majority of people from the northern border to the southern border for the
Yep.
crisis. So that left the northern border totally exposed. And as mentioned previously, people that were crossing through the northern border were coming from Asia, India. You weren't seeing the people from Mexico and the other Latin American countries coming up.
Mm-hmm.
So the focus had been on Hispanics, particularly.
Yep.
So, most recently in the news, despite the lack of mainstream media reporting, we've heard about the outrageous fraud abuse cases of billions of dollars perpetrated by the Somalian community, as well as U.S. citizens and government officials being involved against United States citizens, meaning you, the taxpayer.
Well, they got to
We
pay these people somehow.
billions of dollars that we are not going to see recouped. And I'm telling you what, if people are not held accountable and put into prison, I think
Some have already fled the country.
exactly.
Some of the people involved, and
Yes.
good luck getting them expedited and brought, not expedited, extradited,
Right,
and
right.
brought back for justice. It's
But
not going to
I'm
happen.
looking at Ilhan Omar and Tim Walz in particular. If
Oh
Tim
yeah,
Walz is
he's
not hauled
resigning.
in, then you know the system is corrupt.
Oh, of course it's corrupt. They don't even want ICE there dealing with it.
Right. And when I think about the possibility of Tim Walz becoming vice president,
Oh,
could
we
you
missed that
imagine?
bullet.
Right?
Oh, thank God.
Could you imagine how he would have destroyed the country?
Oh, don't even. Him and Kamala teamed up. They're the two dumbest politicians our country has. And they wanted them to run the country?
Right.
Hell no.
But I mean,
Again,
not even being stupid
no.
crazy B, but the involvement of the fraud in so many areas. Like one thing I'm not sure if everybody's aware of because they haven't really talked about it too much, but one of the additional things that they found up in Minnesota was not only was there the child care abuse, the Medicaid abuse, the autism abuse cases, but here, uh, vans in particular were being driven around. And the gentleman that was going around with Nick Shirley discussing the
Mm-hmm.
child care, I cannot remember his name right now,
I can't either.
he started to notice that all of these van drivers were Somalians and
Mm-hmm.
that there was nobody in the van. So he
Well, and the other
started
thing
to,
is, they come from a country with nothing, and within a year, they're driving Mercedes and
yes,
Cadillacs and
right,
BMWs and
right.
Land Rovers.
Well, these vans, I mean, these vans were meant to transport people, like patients, to doctor's appointments, or you were to
But
go
there's
to the
nobody in them. They're
dentist.
driving around for nothing.
Right. There was nobody ever in the van. And they come to find out that it's another case of fraud, and we're talking millions of dollars submitted, and nobody was in the vehicles. The state failed to monitor the programs just like they did everything else. And now you're hearing in the news all of these quote whistleblowers are now coming forward saying, oh, we went here, we went there. It's,
Mm-hmm.
again, in my opinion, it's BS about the whistleblowers. Some of them are trying to save their ass. Uh,
Oh yeah, they just don't want to go to jail. Like I've been
exactly.
trying to warn them. No one did anything.
Right, right. And
Mm-hmm.
so there are ways around all of that. And, uh, you know, we're never going to see that getting any of that money. I mean, there's another piece that I believe we showed with the TSA person. Remember, she was
Mm-hmm. Over in
saw,
Louisville, who got
yeah,
in trouble for
yeah,
reporting it.
right, and she saw millions of dollars, right, going
Yep.
through the airport from Somalians carrying the money in a suitcase and boarding a plane back to Somalia.
And then like the DMV workers who are seeing the
Yes,
licenses being handed out like candy
correct. And
come forward and they
right,
get fired for it.
correct. And now there's the CDL licensing issue that's
Oh
going
yeah,
on.
that's still. Oh my God, the ICE is at almost every truck stop in our area,
Are
checking
they?
everyone who's driving.
Oh wow. And now
And if
there's
they
an
do not have a legitimate license with a name, a date of birth, and an address and all that stuff on it, they are hauled in.
right. And then there's now a new case of which I haven't gotten to do a lot of research. It just came out that there are now nurses that have been given licenses that, just like the CDL scam, now there's issues with nursing licenses. Yep.
Yep. And
And
doctors and lawyers. There was that one lawyer for the Young Turks. He's got like 10 or 11 master's degrees, all purchased from a degree mill online.
really,
Yes, that Richie something or another or whatever his name is
Oh, wow, I
that
didn't
works
hear
with the
that.
Young Turks. Oh yeah, he there was a I was watching a video on it day before yesterday. He basically gets all of his degrees from a degree mill out of Pakistan, or was it Palis? Yeah, Pakistan.
Wow.
Hmm.
Arby says, are they abusing the dogs and cats? Well, wasn't that the Haitian community that
That
was
was the
doing that?
Haitians. Yep.
Yeah, and we have about 35 miles from me. I told Crazy B I'd be very curious. The Haitians took over an entire town, a former
Hmm.
steel mill town, and I'd be very curious to investigate that area to see if any fraud has been committed there. You
I
know,
wouldn't
if
be
this,
surprised.
I wouldn't either. I guarantee you something is going on. And again, I'm not singling out people based on race. For
No,
Somalians, I could have said some very strong, used strong language regarding the color of their skin being,
but we don't.
black. I could have used the N word against them, but I did not. I said they are Somalian. And I
Well,
am
and we can
wondering,
also know for a fact that after so many generations of inbreeding, that there was a study done. Their IQ is average 68.
correct,
Average IQ, that is below normal. That is mildly mentally retarded in most definitions.
correct.
So
There's been a
that is most of
legit,
their community.
correct.
It's
And,
scary.
and so I will look at if it's, and again, and I want you to think of this, if there's a group of white people that are doing something, see the thing about incidences that occurs with multiple people is you're looking to categorize people in or put them into some type of group or into some type of pocket, right? And so in
Hmm.
the area where I live in, predominantly at the time the city was white, but I'm here to tell you whites split up into there was German, there was Polish Hill, the Jewish people were in one area, the
The
Italians were in
Italians,
another area,
yep.
the Greeks were in another area, Roman Catholics were in another area. And you know what? You didn't cross, north side didn't go to south side. Because if
Unless
you
there was a
did,
reason.
yeah, if you did, there was ass whippings going on. So we will, as Rex sisters, call out. We will not call names using racial slurs, right?
Like what
Or
they do to us.
correct. But we will call out if it is a community that is causing or wreaking some type
Yes.
of havoc. And in this case, in
And we're not
Minnesota,
blanket statementing that it's all of them. It's just the ones who are committing fraud that are here illegally or doing wrong.
right, and
Anyone who is here legally and doing good for the country, you're not part of this.
correct. However, in the case, the majority of, I think it's what, at 85% that they identified of the Somalian group are here
Hmm.
illegally.
Yes. And again, temporary protection was not supposed to last 30 years.
Right. I mean,
That's not temporary. That is
correct.
that's a generation.
And the other thing with the Somalian community, they took, they took more money from the United States
Then they
back
put
to
in
Somalia than the country budgets for the entire country.
the
So, in
GDP
other
for all of
words,
Somalia.
correct. So, if it's $190 million that Somalian has for the country to spend, they took more than
Uh-oh. Are you
crazy.
back?
Yeah, I clicked that something happened.
Okay, I was like, all of a sudden I hear ding, and I'm like, Uh-oh.
Yeah, something happened. I lost the chat and the page. Let me go out and come back real quick,
Okay.
okay?
All right. But as where D was going with that, a large chunk of those billions of dollars that were fraudulently obtained literally went to Somalia, and it wasn't just for helping their families. It was funneling to a terror organization. It was funneling to the person running the country and making everybody else miserable. It's not like they were sending the money to help their individual families.
Right.
Can you,
And
I
not
hope you can
only,
hear me.
yeah, I'm back. And not only that crazy bee, but they have a building boom going on. They're building new houses, hotels. The country's in a boom
Yeah.
because they have the US taxpayer dollars,
But it's not the average person living in Somalia who's getting these houses and
right?
buildings. No, it's the military that is
Right?
running the government. It is
Right.
a mess there. And it's like I said, a lot of the money went to a terror organization.
Right.
A lot of it has gone towards the dictator or whatever you want to call it running the place. It's not going to the individual person.
And not
And
only
that's what
that, but
sucks.
then, then we have to have the discussion again about, is it the responsibility of the United States
We
to,
didn't send this money. The Somalian community fraudulently got paid for medical and child care, and that's where that money went to.
right? Well, the one switch up is going to be Marco Rubio announced that
Mm-hmm.
no longer will money be funneled through the NGOs. The money will be given directly to the governments.
Yes, the
That
NGOs
the
are mad.
Correct. Yeah. So, because that means a lot of people are going to be out of business. They're out of a job. So, that's
Well,
what's
and they don't get to funnel money to their pockets now.
right. But going back, crazy B, is it our job as the United
No.
States, because Somalia is a third world country, is it our job to let them have all this money to better their country and their people?
Every time, and we've covered this before, every time we send donations, it puts a country further behind. Because
Right?
we're paying their way, they can just sit there and do nothing. It's like what happens here for the people on welfare. They don't have an inspiration to innovate or create or get a job because they don't need to. It's all paid for them.
Okay, Arby says they need money too. Sharing is
The
caring,
sharing is
don't you
caring
think?
is only true as long as it doesn't pertain to certain STDs and viruses and colds and flus and stuff like that. That's sharing is not always caring.
Now, the issue with they need money too is this story is rich. There are two women living next door to each other, sister-in-laws, okay?
Hmm.
Each has 4 kids. They each wrote that they were watching each other's children and they
To
were
get
given money for each.
money
Between the two of them, they made over $475,000. Now,
a year.
I don't know. I can't. I think it was over 5 years or something like that.
Okay. I thought that was a
Okay,
year. I might have gotten it
it might
wrong.
be a year. Don't hold me to that. I just remember the
I
four
don't hold
seventy
me
five
either. I was
number.
half awake.
Yeah, I remember the 475. I don't care if it was a year or over 5 years. That is a
It's
whole
still
lot more
fraud.
money than senior citizens are getting on Social Security, that our veterans are getting.
Hmm. My dad lives on just around 2000, I think it is a month. And that's on veterans benefits and social security.
Wow. See, again,
Oh, and
we've not.
he gets a little bit in food stamps. I think he gets like $25 in food stamps
Ooh,
for the month.
woohoo. We're not taking care of the US citizens. We're not taking care of the taxes, that Americans are paying. Could you imagine taxes if Minnesota was monitoring the programs the way they were, and if they weren't, they would not have to tax their citizens wouldn't have to pay taxes
Hmm.
if they didn't have to fund this bullshit.
Yeah. We would not be being taxed out the nose if these
Right,
fraudulent programs were being
right.
shut down.
And they've identified, and I've known this for years, Pennsylvania. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Every place you go is some Democratic run state. And when I worked for them, I I knew exactly what was shit that was going on. When I tell you that numbers could be fudged and shit could be fabricated, I'm telling you, shit could be funded, fabricated and changed and made into what.
Sorry, I hate to cut you off. We got to read this. Vanilla says, "My boss is a Democrat. He said people don't have money anymore. I told him we should open a daycare."
Oh, what do you say to that when he opened
Oh,
a
I
day?
guarantee
You
there
know,
was probably a deer in the headlights look,
you
if
know
anything.
the bad thing is about this is the Somalian community, for those that are following the laws and doing good for the
It,
country.
it, it makes them look bad
It will, and you know what? And it will be forever now.
in the eyes of
Instead
many
of,
people. Yes.
exactly, instead of, you're in, grade school, middle school, and instead of you being called retarded or some other kind of name, it's gonna be you're gonna be like, you're nothing but a Somalian. And
Well, I
instead
told you how Dinkelman did that to me when I had a brain fart moment. He's like, "You're Somalian showing," or it was something on those lines. I sent him a middle finger and a laugh. Told him I was also born blonde.
there you
So,
go.
I get that excuse too. And I'm
Right.
Polish, part Polish. So, of course, I got
Well,
to do it that way. Oh, he
there you
didn't
go.
like it? I can believe it. I can absolutely believe it because when
Yep.
you start throwing their BS back in their face,
They don't like
all
it
of a
at all.
sudden it's not so funny
Right.
and it's not so good.
Right.
And that's why my
So,
sister don't talk to me.
uh, all right. What's the next one?
Next page is
All right. So,
so
but the question is, are these countries being used as scapegoats, or better yet, are they being used as a diversion to what the real threat is to the United States? Is it the
mm-hmm.
influx of millions of Chinese illegal aliens, and what is their true intent in residing amongst us? Rex Sisters has raised the alarm on our previous podcast. Please see the following episodes. And as I mentioned, Crazy Bee for the next 3 Wednesdays will be redropping these videos. Episode
Yes.
63 started out with the China flag was being flown in Philadelphia, the place where the Declaration of Independence and that was signed.
Yeah. They
And we're
rolled
going to be
out the red carpet,
celebrating.
literally.
Right, and we're going to be celebrating this year is the 250th year of the founding of this country. I wonder if Philly's going to fly the U.S. flag.
Oh no,
Uh,
that's racist.
right, and we did that episode on September 30th of last year. Then we have episodes 102. Part 1 was on December the 16th, and part 2 was on December the 17th. So if you didn't catch those
Yep.
videos, we will redrop them so that you can listen to them. And those two episodes were Chinese illegal aliens living amongst us in the U.S. And that has
And we
things
also touched on their little police departments.
correct. And that has videos and information that we're not repeating today. So if you didn't catch them or you forgot, exactly what's going on, go through it and scroll through them. And when you add it all together, I'm like, something, something. Maybe we should,
Uh-huh.
back off of, the Muslim community and the Hispanic community, and we need to focus on China, perhaps.
Yep. Because that's the only
Now,
way China's going to ever stand a chance against us in any kind of war, especially after we went and picked up Maduro the way we did.
hmm
China's not happy. because they need someone to sell fentanyl to so that it can be spread out across the world, killing its enemies little by little. Um, so, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if sometime in the near future we see fighting on American soil because they've snuck in the way they have. And
That's
I know it's not my first time saying it.
right. And that could be easily done, right?
Yes.
By just a couple people.
All it would take is
We
about
have,
10,000 Chinese
right.
people to wreak enough havoc
Well,
in the right
not even, I
positions.
say it could be as little as 5 people. Do a bomb, do a, hit one of the bases, one of our electrical grids, anything like that. I
But they're
mean,
never going to just send five. They'll have 5-man teams.
right. I mean, we looked at how close are they living to the bases.
Oh,
They
very
bought,
close.
they bought land. The U.S. government permitted them to buy land. They owned farmland. They owned
Around our bases.
Yeah, they own Smithfield Foods, which is, Smithfield pork. What are they
Hmm.
doing? Potentially contaminating our food. Who knows what is being done?
And that's why I keep saying buy from the Amish, buy from a local butcher's market. Don't buy pre processed shit from the store.
Right.
Best way to keep your family safe, grow your own food.
Well,
And it just sucks that we have to think this way. We've had quite a few generations of not seeing any kind of war on American soil. And
right.
now we're looking at it could happen again.
Yeah, and the thing is where's it going to come from? The distractions
The
are,
cartels, the
yeah,
Somalians, the
look at the
Haitians, the Asians.
right. Look at the
Where?
pretty pony over here. No, look at this one over here. No, ooh, boom. Look at this what just dropped.
Look
The
how bad ICE is
Uh-huh.
because that woman tried to run him over with a car.
Right. Yeah. I mean, we have American politicians
Hmm. On the
going
payroll for
after
some of these
ICE,
places.
wanting to impeach Christy Nome against
Hmm.
US citizens, against their own base. We
Uh
have
huh.
the influence of millionaires and billionaires outside of this country dropping money into
Yeah.
mainstream media, other platforms.
And Trump still won't undo Obama allowing propaganda to be used in the mass media.
Right.
Trump has still not rolled that back and said no more propaganda.
Well, I don't know the rationale for that. The one thing I'm concerned about is, he has all these executive orders out there, and we will talk
And,
about this coming up because we have the midterms, and as Crazy B and I mentioned last year, we are going to start identifying these people, putting these people's pictures up. No longer are we just going to say, oh, D said X, Y, and Z about something, as a judge, you know, uh, vetoing something that Trump did and saying, no, you can't do that. In fact, the child care payments that he tried to stop in Minnesota, a federal judge came back and said, no, you're going to pay them. A Democrat
mm-hmm.
federal judge. From now on, they're getting their photo put up. We're identifying, we're calling all this bullshit out.
We are not giving personal addresses, phone numbers, or social security information. We are just giving you a name, an image, and their district.
Hmm.
We're not doxing them. We're
Right.
just
We'll
putting a
give you we'll
spotlight on
give
them.
you their work address and
Number.
telephone if you want it. But
No
the
harassing or threatening.
yeah, the one negative piece is unless you're one of their constituents,
You can't do shit.
if I don't like something that's happening in Texas or Kentucky, I have no right as a Pennsylvania citizen to call them and say, I disagree with your policies. They won't even accept your call. You have to be,
I can in my area,
uh huh,
and yep, They do, but they don't take the calls. They disregard the letters and the emails. They don't actually go through them.
Right.
You literally have to go sit in person,
Mm-hmm.
and that's not easy.
All
That's
right.
the sucky part.
Yes, it is. What do you got next?
Slide number 4.
Okay, now that we have independent reporters such as Nick Shirley beginning to investigate this issue, we're going to delve further into additional information for our audience. Right now, Nick Shirley is the most notorious investigator. He blew the lid off of the $1 million, and now it's into billions of dollars.
Mm-hmm.
Scam from the that came out as
Somalian,
Samoan.
you've got. It is not the Samoans. We are not blaming
It's
the
the Samo.
Samoans.
Maybe we need to look at the Samo. That's weird. Boy, spell check didn't like that at all. Uh, yes, we apologize to the Samoan community if
You
there's
guys
any
are
living
not
in
bad.
Minnesota.
The
It is
Samoans
should
are
be
actually
this.
pretty awesome.
Yeah, the Samoan community. In
How did we
a
both miss that typo?
I don't know because after 5 o'clock in the morning, spell check went. We don't like this. In a January 2nd, 2026 interview with Julian Dory, a podcaster, the two discuss where did all the Chinese illegal immigrants go. And we will watch that video coming up a little bit later.
Yep. I do have it edited. We just gotta get a few more things to go with it.
Okay.
Next up
Uh,
is
yeah,
these
so
people.
what we want to do is go back before we start delving into the newer information that's been uncovered, excuse me, and go over some of the history and statistics that are out there. Now, for some of you, you may find this a little bit on the boring part, but we feel it's important for you to know exactly how we got into this situation and
And how
what.
long it's been going on for.
Yes, for a long time, and where the numbers are coming from, etc. So, estimates of the unauthorized immigrant population residing in the United States. This is from January of 2018 through January of 2022. The People's Republic of China rounded out the top 10 of unauthorized immigrant population estimates for the years, as I mentioned above. And please note that for some reason, and there is no reason given, 2021 information is not available on anything.
Anyone want to take a guess as to why?
I wonder why.
Yep. Let me see. I think this has the charts. Yes,
Okay,
it will have the chart information, so I
right.
don't need the website one.
Okay, so for the years listed above, the Chinese population declined approximately 47% or by 180,000. They went from 390,000 in 2018
Okay,
down.
thank you.
Yes,
218, that was a long time ago.
a very long time. Well, we said it was going on for a long time, so
Well, but America wasn't even founded in 218.
so you can see where we've had the decline. Uh 2018 was 390, 2019 it went to 330, 2020 was 270, and in 2022 it was at 210,000. That is a lot of people.
Now, that's the people in China or the people that are in America?
Chinese people coming to America.
Okay, so it's slowly dwindled, but that means that not all of these people have been removed. So 390,000 plus the 60,000 more the next year.
Right?
And then you take in a little bit of a drop of 270,000 more people came in.
I mean, it
210,000.
you add it up, you're still over a million people there for 4 years, and who knows what went on in 2021.
Well, we already know that was not allowed to be talked about.
No, RB, India wasn't number one. The Mexico and the Southern America communities were number one. And
Okay.
if you guys are interested, I'll give you the chart tomorrow of the top 10.
Well, the
And
link is in the description, and they will
yes.
be able to play with that website themselves if they want to know
Mm-hmm.
more.
All right. What's up next?
Um, I believe more numbers
Yes,
all the way
and
back to 2005.
correct. And so,
Oh no,
well, all the way down
2000.
to 2000. Uh, and
That
these
is a
were the numbers,
lot.
the historical data of people from China coming into the country.
2017 was the worst.
Mm-hmm.
410,000.
No, look at 16 was 420.
Oh, 420. My bad. Wow. That was Trump's first 2 years.
Yeah. You
Well, I mean,
wonder,
the election was in 2016. He won in 2017.
right?
But
It's
yeah,
still
before
it.
him,
But
under Obama.
this is just China.
But
Think
Obama was deporter in chief.
right. But think about all the other
Or
countries. We're talking millions of people.
all have come here
Millions.
illegally.
Yes. From all these countries
This
that
is
are
not including legal immigration.
correct.
It's only illegal.
Illegal. Correct.
Wow. And China won't take these people back, is what's
That's correct.
worse.
Well, no, they did not. They did sign an agreement
Finally.
last year that they would start taking some of them back.
Yeah,
Uh,
but not all of them, and like a
correct.
fraction of what has been coming in.
Oh, correct. Yeah, there's no way that they want them back. And I'll tell you what, if I was that person that was deported back, I'd be scared shitless for my life.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, unless it's a spy being returned, in which case they're just going to be able to relay what they found
Exactly.
directly.
Exactly. Right. Okay. And up next.
Okay.
Okay. This is a little bit on the littler side to read, and we apologize, but the slides can only give me so much room to work with. You can
Yeah.
click on the source data if you want to. And that happens to say, oh, this is just that the totals are rounded up, uh, and it gives you estimates about Colombia, Brazil, and Venezuela. Uh, and the biggest thing to note here was in 2018, the estimate, and then 2019, 2020, and 22 estimates for China also include Hong Kong and Macau, whereas earlier estimates did not. So, and as I
Hmm.
mentioned, 2021 is not available.
Ironically.
Yeah, yeah. I'd be very curious as to why or how, well, how that all works, but I do know how it
Hmm.
works, so I'm not surprised.
It's a mess.
It is. Okay, and next up.
Next up, I believe there's an article.
Okay, so
Yes.
yeah, the greatest number of Chinese nationals illegally entered the country under the Biden administration, more than 176,000, creating national security risks. And I put this under Sleepy Joe creates this national security risk.
Yep.
Remember, they identified thousands of uh, terrorists that were on the watch
Well,
list, and they've just
yeah.
let them go.
Yes.
They didn't detain them. So where the hell are these people, and what is the plan?
Well, it was to either overthrow us or have people voting Democrat forever, but they thought that they weren't going to come over and try and cause problems if we let them come in and vote. But the thing is they could still take over at any time
Right.
or put forth an effort to.
Okay, now this article goes back to 2024. And
Hmm.
as I mentioned, we had over 176, 6,000, creating this security risk. Biden then issued an executive order in November of 2024 extending for another year a national emergency to deal with the unusual and extraordinary threat to national security, foreign policy, and economy of the United States, constituted by the threat from security investments that finance certain companies of the People's Republic of China. Wasn't he supposedly getting kickbacks from them? Or Hunter
Hmm.
was? Yeah,
Hunter was, and then he was dispersing some to his dad. Yeah.
okay. So, President Trump first declared a national emergency on November 12th of 2020, citing the International Emergency Economic Powers Act. Biden twice extended and amended it in 2021.
Oh,
In no
but Trump's so bad. Biden
Right, but
literally
he
continued what he did.
exactly. And is there any mention of that? Well, I don't ever remember hearing it.
I
Uh,
don't hear anything from, yeah, that just does not exist.
so in November of 2024, the order states China is exploiting United States capital to resource and enable the development and modernization of its military intelligence and other security apparatuses, which continues to allow China to directly threaten the U.S. homeland and U.S. forces overseas. China is using a military strategy to increase China military industrial complex by compelling civilian Chinese companies to support its military and intelligence activities, the order states. While the companies remain ostensibly private and civilian, they directly support China's military, intelligence, and security apparatuses and aid in their development and modernization. At the same time, those companies raise capital by selling securities to the United States investors that traded on public exchanges both here and abroad. They lobby United States index providers and funds to include these securities in market offerings and engaging in other acts to ensure access to United States capital. I wonder if
Hmm.
that's how the Congress gets so rich off of the stock market.
It's a more than likely. It's a more than likely.
I mean, imagine again, this is the same concept of what Minnesota did with daycare, but on a different, they're using the
Hmm.
stock exchange. So these companies are using their money, putting it at on the stock market. Idiot taxpayers are buying stocks, and this money is getting funneled back to China.
Don't buy foreign stock. Or if it looks like an American company, but it's run by a foreign agency, yeah, you just don't buy their stock.
Hmm.
Hit them in the pocketbooks.
Okay. The order also cites Chinese surveillance technology being used outside of China and the development or use of Chinese surveillance technology to facilitate repression or serious human rights abuse. These
Yep.
activities constituted an unusual and extraordinary threat to the national security, foreign policy, and economy of the U.S. Also in November of 2024, the Department of Homeland Security announced that the U.S. Immigration and Custom Enforcement agents conducted a third large frame charter removal flight in less than 6 months back to China of Chinese nationals with no lawful basis to remain in the U.S. And as we mentioned, as Crazy B said, these people were they just spies gathering information, and they were
Hmm.
the ones that were like get caught and get sent back and bring back the intel that you have, or were they truly being
Fleeing.
fleeing China to come to the US? So if they were, why would the what reasons did the U.S. have for sending these nationals back? Well,
Um, I would assume that it was to just they were criminals here. I mean, if they're getting involved in extortion, gangs, people don't think of China having gangs in America, but they most certainly do.
okay,
So that is again like in South America, the cartels, the gangs, they do happen here in America,
right.
and a lot
So
of people don't think about it.
they had three flights that they sent back with people on it back to China, but they failed to mention how many people were on the flight. But they did say that it was yet another example of the department's ongoing cooperation with China and other international partners to reduce and deter irregular migration through enforcement of immigration law. Under the Biden administration, the majority of Chinese illegally entering the U.S. were single military age men. They totaled more than 176 U.S. Army battalions. Put
That's a
another way,
lot of people.
yes, it is. Put another way, they total more than 35 Army
Brigades.
thank you, or nearly 12 divisions, or nearly 4 corps, according to the U.S. Department of Defense. By contrast, under the Obama and Trump administrations, there were roughly 15,000 Chinese illegal border crossers at the southwest border alone, averaging 1,000 a year from fiscal years 2007 through 2021, according to CPD data. Under Biden, numerous national security concerns were raised by members of Congress in response to Chinese nationals accessing military bases and other sensitive sites nearly 100 times. Could you scroll? Thanks, Crazy B.
I was just getting lotion off my hands. Sorry.
No problem. Uh, Hold on.
Um, it was right here.
Okay, so other sensitive sites nearly 100 times, Chinese cyber attacks, Chinese operatives fueling the fentanyl crisis and facilitating human and drug trafficking, operating a spy base in Cuba, and operating secret police stations, which we reported on, in major U.S. cities targeting Chinese Americans or allegedly conducting espionage, among other concerns. In a separate announcement in November of 2024, DHS said a multi agency federal forced labor enforcement task force. Jesus, all these names.
I know.
Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
Federal
At,
Force Labor Enforcement Task
yeah,
Force. Like
yeah.
redundant there.
Added more than 30 PRC based companies to the Uyghur Forced Labor Prevention Act entity list. The majority, 23, are in the agricultural sector. More textile companies were also added. A total of 107 are now on the list. Remember, this is from 2024. Adding companies to the list is designed to eliminate the use of forced labor practices in the U.S. supply chains and promoting accountability for the ongoing genocide and crimes against humanity against Uyghurs and other religious and ethnic minority groups in the Xinjiang Uyghur Autonomous Region. Goods produced by companies on the list are prohibited from being imported into the U.S. Blah, 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 blah.
Lots of words we can't would struggle to
Exactly.
pronounce.
And blah, 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 blah. CPP began enforcing it in June of 2022. Since then, more than 9,700 shipments have been reviewed, totaling more than $3.5 billion in value. Again,
Wow.
are we what are we looking at here? Are we, you know, Is this all under the radar?
Oh no, it's not under the radar. They know it's happening. They just ain't doing jack shit about it because kickbacks.
Wow. This
That's
is,
all I gotta say.
I mean, this is just, and who's getting the kickbacks?
The politicians, not any of
Right.
the people
Yeah,
lower down.
I want to know specifically who.
Oh,
If we,
that's gonna be a little bit harder to track down.
right. But I mean, if we've identified Tim Walsh and Ilhan Omar, why can't we identify who's in bed with China? Oh, well, wait. Hold up. Eric Swalwell's one.
Yes,
He was
literally
with
in bed with
Fang.
China,
Yeah, wasn't her name Fang Fang? Isn't that
something
what the,
like that.
yeah,
Yeah.
Fang Fang or I don't know, something. Yeah,
Oh,
uh-huh.
that's just what I know. Everyone's called her as Fang Fang.
Yeah.
So,
So we do know we have one name, Eric Swalwell,
yep.
congressman. I should have had his picture. Maybe we'll have it tomorrow. Uh-huh. Yeah, he was
Uh,
married, cheating with a Chinese spy. What? And he's still in Congress, and he ran for senator. I don't know if he got in or not.
no,
Or
I don't. Or no, he did. He is still in Congress, I believe.
uh, but
Or
he
no,
was.
he's not, because he's did the news reporting thing, didn't he?
I don't remember. We'll look him
We'll
up
look it
and
up.
yeah, we'll take a look at him and I didn't even think about him till just right this when we brought this up. I forgot about him and Fang Fang.
Uh huh.
So the fact that again, why would they get rid of Ilhan Omar when we have Eric Swalwell with a known Chinese spy?
It doesn't make sense.
I
It
mean,
absolutely
who
does not
who
make
else is
sense.
doing what with whom? You know what I mean? Is everybody in Congress when you get in, you're assigned a country to fuck? You know what I mean? Like for real?
Metaphorically and literally, yeah.
Exactly, both. And I'm saying that is both. You know what I mean? You come
Mm-hmm.
in and you're like, yeah, you're gonna fuck this person, as you said, metaphorically and figuratively. Uh huh.
Mm-hmm.
That's part of your job description.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Okay,
I mean, it's the only thing that makes sense, right?
I guess. All right, what do we got up next?
Um,
So we continue.
no, we got
Uh,
to go to the next one. Oh, this is where we start getting the charts.
okay, so this one drives me a little bit crazy. I'm not crazy about this type of graph. Okay, and somehow month got changed to the month graph. Hmm, interesting. I'm not going to tell you how many times I looked at this stuff,
Beets.
and I didn't even know there was a word called month.
He's gonna make
We'll have
breakfast.
to look it up. But the graph didn't carry the one piece didn't get carried over either. It
You do no, you do have them on separate slides, the
okay,
various different ones.
okay. So this, but I think one was it doesn't identify the line, what whose line is who. I apologize for that. Click on the link and you'll see this graph will all pop up on one page for you. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So go to the next slide.
Okay, hold on.
Maybe this is better. This goes by years.
It
And
is
this
hard to
is
read.
okay, now this is just encounters by CBP. So this is not uh
Any other country.
well, any other illegals that are in the country that weren't caught by CBP. Okay, so you would have been one of the escaped ones that they didn't catch. And we
Mm-hmm.
know that there were well, not only do we know that millions were able to get through without CBP catching them, but there are legit cases where CBP either cut the chains on the fence and allowed them to come in, or they sat there and watched them come in and were not allowed to do anything
Yep.
from the Biden administration.
Everybody's
So,
hands were tied. Just let them
exactly.
through.
Right.
They all just want a better place to live. They all just want freedom.
Correct.
No, not all of them just wanted freedom. I am pretty sure at least one third of the people coming across that border are here to do harm.
Right. Now this chart is from October to October, and this is the month by month encounters for the year that CBP. Um, these were actual encounters where they picked somebody up on the border. Okay.
Yes. Next slide is a
Okay.
bar graph.
Yeah, and the bar graph shows us the single adults that came in, the FMUAs that came in, the accompanied minors that came in, and the UACs that came in. And that bar graph shows you specifically each year who did what. And on the next page, it tells us the definitions of each of those areas.
Oh,
What
nope,
to
that's.
yeah, the what to know.
Oh, do you want the one to know or do you want to stay on the chart?
No, we'll do the what to know. They can see the numbers.
Okay.
What I recommend everybody does is click on the graph. You may have to enter. You can do all types of things on the chart. I mean, you can get just about anything that you want. But if you're looking specifically for Chinese, just click on the demographics for, I believe it's under citizenship, and just put, it'll fall under People's Republic of China. But we probably should have had this first. I'll do that again for the future. But United States Border Patrol is designated as USBP. There's also, that falls under there, the Office of Field Operations. They're called the OFO. Uh, and this includes data for the northern land border, the southwest land border, and nationwide, including air, land, and sea modes of transportation. So this is anywhere and everywhere that CBP or OFO caught uh, an illegal. This is not the
Hmm.
gotaways.
It's a lot if you
Okay.
think about it.
Yes, ma'am. And what do you got next? Okay. This, you guys can go through this. We included the Title 8 enforcement actions. This is the actual law that they have to follow, and how the determinations are made. Humanitarian protection. What happens if an individual withdraws their application, etc. Apprehensions refers to the physical control or temporary detainment of a person who is not lawfully in the U.S. And as we know, they've even picked up people who are lawfully here until they get notification otherwise. And right now, if you go out onto social media, Ilhan Omar is doing a whole hit piece on not only CBP but ICE, specifically saying they're doing things like kidnapping people in the middle of the night. They got U.S. citizens that they've deported back, and I
If they're
mean,
US citizens, they can't be deported.
wow,
If
it's
unless they've committed a crime or they fraudulently lied to get here, you cannot deport a US citizen, naturalized or otherwise.
well, everybody, it's made out to be like a horror show. At
Well, of course.
Yeah.
And I was watching a video last night, and I ended up commenting like three different times in this video. It's a lawyer who was literally bashing ICE. Oh, it's only happening in blue states. I got in there, bull crap. It's happening in my small backwoods Kentucky town, and
Mhm.
we're just smart enough not to get in their way. We let them do their job. That's why
Right.
you don't hear about it on the news.
Right.
Oh
I
yeah, I
mean,
was firing back.
I mean, what possesses a person to take their car and think that they're going to go up against an ICE agent
Well, and it's
or
all because of the
any law
media.
enforcement person.
It's the media being jackasses.
Hmm.
And they're doing this for the divisiveness. And that's why it's like when I hear someone say, oh, it's only happening in blue areas, bullshit. I got news for you. And you want to compare them to brown shirts? My grandfather fought those motherfuckers. Don't even.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, I definitely have I have a massive issue with people who are making it sound like this is a very one-sided fight. It's not. It is happening everywhere.
It was really weird last night, while I was finishing up some details. My phone turned on, and it was sitting on my nightstand. It was the strangest thing, and the phone
Mhm.
turned on, and here it was, this woman speaking. uh, in the beginning I thought she was. I'll be right back, crazy
There you
bee.
are.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Can you hear me? She'll be right back. And it's of course it's because we're getting towards the end and we're getting onto topics that nobody wants to talk about. Isn't it funny? Isn't it funny how that happens? There
But
you are.
yeah, happy new year. That we've I've already been kicked out twice on our return.
Well, this is where I pointed out we're also touching on some topics that a lot of people don't want out there.
Exactly. So as I said, my phone just turned on, and this woman
Hmm.
started to speak, and I thought, I was like, wow, how did this happen? Because it was on my night end table. I didn't touch it.
Uh
And I
huh.
thought she was a religious, like a pastor or something, but she was more of a esoteric type personality, and
The fun
talking
ones.
about the importance of January the 11th, etc., etc. And then she went down a path of blaming those of us that believe what we do about illegal immigration, ICE, and all of that, about how wrong we are, and how
Brainwashed.
dark, wait, and how dark our hearts are, that we are not humanitarian, that we are to love one another, and the only way we will find our peace and our way to God is by releasing all of this other bullshit that we have.
Jesus did not take in the world to his house. If she wants to sit there and make it sound like out of love and Christianity and our faith leaders, our gods, according through all mythology, have not come back. Roman
True.
mythology did not come and save our asses. They were just there to torment us.
Right.
Greek mythology, same thing. Norse mythology, very much the same thing. The only ones that don't have a mythology of a benevolent god tormenting us, or malevolent god in that case, is the Judaism, Christianity, and I don't know if you even want to take Muslim into it, but
Right.
Buddhists, Hindus, they're the ones that have it to where the gods aren't down here tormenting us. And again, we're in an era. I mean, you can see God everywhere you want to see him, but I am not opening. Why don't she open her doors and let a bunch of these illegals live with
Well,
her?
that's here's what's interesting is I missed her by 1 hour. I had never seen her or heard she was live, and I missed her. I'm telling you, it took everything in my power not to be typing in the comments. And she's there. You guys can hit me all you want in my DMs or my comments, or wherever you want. I can take it. You people need to be open. And oh,
I know.
I
I
mean,
fire back. I will fire back, and using their own logic against them.
it was so frustrating, and I forced myself to listen to the whole thing because I wanted to hear what she had to say.
And she was
And
talking on both sides of her mouth and her ass at the
and,
same time.
and these are people that have a platform, that are out there, that this is how things that people are taking cars and thinking they can go up against law enforcement.
and not have repercussions. And
Yeah,
the thing is, what's really crazy is that woman drove 5 hours from a completely different state with a dog and her wife to do
right,
so.
right. I
She
mean,
lost custody of two of her kids because her wife was abusing her kids. She picked that dumb bitch over her children.
right.
What does
So
that say
when
about
you
these people?
so I guess, I mean, why why did my phone go off? Why did she, I was
Trying
like,
to brainwash you because if you hear
exactly.
it in your sleep, you'll fall for it.
I mean, I was I wasn't angry, but I was more pissed than, well, I guess pissed is being angry. I was
But
pissed.
you're upset that they're putting out these lies and this
Right.
bullshit.
And I would have liked to have been on on her live to push back on everything that she had to say. You know what I mean? There's, again, why aren't you opening your doors? You have people like Rosie O'Donnell who's still out there bitching about Trump and blah blah blah. Ireland wants to kick her ass out. She
Yeah.
moved there because she has a non-binary child, and that's what her and her therapist decided. She left all of her family and friends from the US to go there because Trump was going to come after her non-binary child.
No
So,
one's going after anybody. We're just limiting the amount of abuse you can do to a kid
exactly.
using them as a medical lab rat.
And so she's being given platforms, though, news stations to go on to push these narratives.
But Ireland is starting to push back on this bullshit too. Ireland's
Oh,
sick of this.
and the thing is Ireland's more conservative in many areas than the United States is, and yet
Yes.
she moved there. I mean, George Clooney's another one, that washed up actor. He finally said, we're going back to, oh, where's he going? Is it Italy he's going to?
Probably.
I think
Wait
with
till he
his,
gets there, and then all of a sudden he's being attacked
yeah,
by some random Muslim person who hates anyone not Muslim, or even
right,
hates the other Muslims that
right,
aren't part of their sect. Yes.
right.
Uh-huh. Have fun.
And yeah, because speaking of that, there's a story that just came out of the UK that a guy wrote
Hmm.
on his Facebook post that he's against the Muslim flag being flown, and he was arrested and put in jail. His wife is battling stage 4 cancer.
And they're
So,
saying Trump is the Nazi and
yes,
Trump is the next Hitler. Trump hasn't arrested anyone for a flag
right.
or an
This
opinion or
this
anything. Unless they've committed a crime, they don't get arrested.
and so what do we do when we have half of the country believing one thing and the other half believing another thing?
We should have
But,
done what Abraham Lincoln should have let happen. Let the states divide.
well,
Shouldn't have
you
forced
know
it.
what? Don't laugh because I have a video for later that they're suggesting that the country split in half. And you know what? It's the
They
way
fought
that
so
I,
hard to keep it together over getting rid of slavery. Well, it really had nothing to do with
right,
slavery. It had to
right.
do with keeping the South into an industrial instead of agricultural. But the fact still remains: if
Well,
Lincoln had been a dumb shit, this would have already been separated,
this is not, the suggestion isn't going from north to south. It's going the way that I wanted it to, east
east
to
to
west.
west.
Yeah, it's going to
Yeah.
get split down the middle.
Yep.
However, we do have to worry about the four provinces from Canada coming into the US. So, who's going to get
They're
them?
they'll pick because they're mostly in the middle. You're never
Yeah,
going to get the
something
Vancouver
perfect.
region to
Right,
go into the conservative side.
right.
But the other ones, yes, absolutely will. And honestly, If Scheinbaum will step down, we can take over, get rid of the cartels, put a decent leader in place, and, you know, Mexico can be protected or
Hmm.
stay autonomous like what Puerto Rico does. I have no problems with that, but we got to get rid of the
And
cartels first.
right, and we got to try to get Greenland, and
Greenland's split right now whether they want to join,
I know.
have that kind of autonomy, or if they want to be solely autonomous with
Oh,
no country overseeing them.
well, did you hear that they added the security to their borders? You want to know what they
Hmm.
did? They added one more dog sled team to to the mix.
Yeah, because, you know, Trump's going to just, you know, march in and take
Uh
it by
huh.
force.
Right. Yep.
Trump's a loudmouth. He ain't stupid.
Right. Well, his loud mouth got Maduro now, didn't it?
Well, that was a safety thing. That was not stupidity. That was very smart.
Right, but I'm just saying, for his all his boisterous, loudmouth,
But he
and
didn't go in and take over the country.
right,
He went
he
in,
went in and
removed the
did what needed to be
dictator,
done.
and
Yeah,
yes, we're not going to do that to Greenland because we are not trying to start a war, but we definitely need Greenland to be on the same page when it comes to security.
right, and that's to the security of the United States. Because if the same way with China building the islands and going into Venezuela, uh, to traffic fentanyl, they're going to try the
Hmm.
same bullshit, Russia or China. I'd say Russia probably more than China, just logistically.
But Russia's spread so thin right
Than right
now,
now.
they ain't got
Yeah,
shit.
right. That, you know, they're going to try to, attempt something from the north. So,
Well, Russia made the mistake of selling us Alaska, so, you know, there's that.
there you go.
Sorry.
Okay, what do we got
Historical
next?
blunder.
Oh, well, duh.
That was before the Cold War.
Yep.
So, you know, there's that.
Okay. And up next.
Um, let's let this transition over. Oh, more
Okay.
information. And I do have the law pulled up, but we don't have to go read it because you got it
Okay.
summarized.
Yeah, so there's Title 42 regarding the expulsion. And then when you look at the chart, AM stands for accompanied minors, FMUA is individuals in a family unit. You know, again, this name calling just, oh, why couldn't you just say family member? I mean, really? Then we had single adults, and UAC stands for unaccompanied alien children slash single minors. And you can click on the link below, and that's where you'll get the grid that we had the previous
Yes.
three slides. Okay, what's up next?
Up next is.
Okay, so uh, this is a tough one.
We don't have time to watch it tonight, but we can could definitely pick up it tomorrow.
Okay, it can okay, so it's almost 8:50. Can we just hear a little bit about the beginnings of it so that we
Hmm.
could jump
Sure.
into it tomorrow? Now,
Give me a
this goes
second.
back to May 16th of 2024, and this is Congress is discussing what a security risk it is with China. And
Mm-hmm.
they're talking about the unprecedented surge in Chinese illegal immigration. The video's over an hour and a half long. We are not going to play the whole thing, but we
No.
wanted to maybe do, 10 to 15 minutes of it just so that you can get an idea of what's being said. And let's see where we get crazy, B. Maybe we decide to stop it and say so
Pick up
be it.
more
Yeah,
tomorrow.
correct.
All right. Let's jump to where they're starting if it doesn't
Yeah.
start it
We're
off
going to
right
skip.
away.
Yeah, you can read the names, and we don't need to identify everybody.
Three.
Oh, okay, there they are. Right there.
Today's hearing is to investigate the recent influx of inadmissible migrants from the People's Republic of China to the United States borders. Without objection, the gentleman from Texas, Mr. Pfluger, the gentleman from Louisiana, Mr. Higgins, and the gentleman from New York, Mr. Swazi, are permitted to sit on the dais and ask questions of the witnesses. I now recognize myself for an opening statement. Today's subcommittee hearing will examine the unprecedented numbers of Chinese foreign nationals crossing the border and whether this represents a risk to
Crazy
Homeland
V,
Security.
just stop 1
I
second.
think we have a visual.
Go ahead.
I just want to make a note. It is the person to his right of
They have matching
Asian.
ties. Yes.
Well,
He's Asian.
not only ties, but is he of Asian descent?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Could be Taiwanese
Okay.
from the eyes, the way I see. I've worked with people from Taiwan, so Taiwanese
Well,
maybe.
they were okay.
But I did
China,
notice the matching ties. That was kind
yeah,
of weird.
yes, and China does say that Taiwan belongs to them and that they're going to take it in what is it?
A
Coming up
couple
in
more years.
a couple more
I
years, they're going to take it by force.
okay.
I'm just saying.
Their ships have sank recently, and their planes are not even flyable at most points. I mean,
I don't know if that's a scam or I don't know. I
do
think
you know they've lost over 100 bridges in the last 10 years from structural collapse?
I don't know.
It's pretty
That's
wild.
okay. We can talk about them later, I guess.
China's messed up right now. They are not in any way capable of withstanding a fight against us.
Right.
Unless it's on the ground here in the States. And even then, good luck. Because once you get to the Bible Belt region and it's all the rednecks and in the South, yeah, you're not going anywhere beyond
Okay.
that. So they could take
I
the coast.
Okay, go ahead. I just thought it was funny to note that we're talking about Chinese illegal immigrations and it's like what are we doing having the Asian poster boy there next to him? It just struck me as
Odd.
odd.
Yeah, it is a little bit
And
odd.
with the matching ties and
That's just bizarre.
uh-huh.
So,
Go ahead. Sorry.
oh, it's all right.
And there it is. Border Patrol records show that from 2000.
Oh, looking at this angle, he looks Korean or Japanese actually. Just going to point that out. A little bit of the
Okay.
Korean eyes.
2007 to 2021, encounters of Chinese nationals illegally entering the United States at the southwest border were relatively rare, averaging a little over 1,000 per year. That changed dramatically under the Biden administration, rising from 1,970 in fiscal year 2022 to 24,048 in fiscal year 2023, an 1,100% increase. In the last 7 months, from October to April, Border Patrol has already encountered 27,496 Chinese nationals, shattering last year's total. At this pace, the full fiscal year will see encounters of illegal Chinese immigrants 2,300% higher than the rate just 2 years ago. This is a national security concern, and it's not a new one. 1 year ago, the current Border Patrol Chief and then Del Rio Sector Chief, Jason Owens, testified in a transcribed interview with the committee that, quote, even without the increase, people coming from the PRC would be of concern to me. That's always going to be a group we look at more closely and work with our partners with FBI to make sure they don't pose a threat, end quote. I agree that there is a serious national security concern, and we should be looking closely at individuals coming from communist China, the United States' greatest adversary on the world stage. Unfortunately, under the Biden administration, Border Patrol agents have been instructed that when processing Chinese nationals, they should conduct short, basic interviews that include only generic background questions instead of in-depth interviews. In other words, there is no serious vetting. These questions simply ask about military service, education, birthplace in China, employment, and political affiliation with the CCP. While agents only proceed to an in-depth interview, if one of the answers in the basic interview is flagged, it begs the question, how likely is it that someone showing up at the border is going to admit that they are here to do the bidding of the Chinese Communist Party or perhaps the People's Liberation Army? Instead, that person will likely provide the answers their smugglers told them to give Border Patrol. Just give the right answers and come right on into the homeland. These limited interviews, combined with a lack of reliable information from China to verify biographical claims and limited translation services, severely constrain CBP's ability to conduct rigorous vetting for criminal and national security concerns. One Border Patrol sector chief told the committee that it could be difficult to determine the motives of those detained who come from distant countries like China, stating that, quote, "We try our best to figure out why they're coming, but of course that information can be hidden. Their agendas, their ideologies, the reason for them coming could be missed," close quote. This is especially true for gotaways, those who avoid apprehension and who reportedly pay as much as $60,000 to be smuggled illegally into the United States. Some of you may have seen some news made, I think just yesterday, finally a document emerging verifying that the number of gotaways in total is quite large. I think it's about 1.7 million, if I remember correctly, across the Biden administration. But among them, presumably there are some number of Chinese nationals, if the numbers that are showing up at the southwest border is any indication. The government has no idea who the gotaways are or why they are crossing the border and deliberately trying to avoid Border Patrol. But something tells me the motive isn't likely to be above board. Some Chinese nationals may be motivated to seek asylum on legitimate claims of persecution, such as Uyghurs from Xinjiang, but it is more likely that they come for economic reasons or other motives that do not meet the statutory requirements for asylum. And considering the Biden administration's failure to hold China to account, these Chinese nationals also know that it is very unlikely they will ever be returned to China under this administration's policies, even if ordered removed by an immigration judge. Some Chinese nationals may have more nefarious motives for coming to the United States. For example, federal indictments in North Carolina from last month show partnerships between Mexican drug cartels and Chinese transnational criminal organizations engaged in money laundering operations throughout the United States. This was reinforced by testimony from federal counter-narcotics officials in a Senate hearing 2 weeks ago that Chinese criminal organizations have, quote, emerged as the professional money launderers of choice for Mexican drug traffickers, end quote. Recent reporting has also uncovered that Chinese-run marijuana farms are all across the United States, and many of them exploit workers from China. Transnational criminal organizations and the CCP see our open border as opportunity. This surge of Chinese nationals at our border without recent precedent presents a major national security vulnerability ripe for exploitation. It makes no sense that the Biden administration refuses to take common sense steps to secure our border in the face of such obvious threats to our homeland. Instead, we get more of the same catch and release policies that have set the country on this dangerous course for the past 3 years, and all that some can say is that the Congress should codify and institutionalize these very practices.
And why
I want to
don't
thank
they?
our witnesses for being.
They don't because they make money off of this.
Exactly. And what the hell was Mike Johnson doing with everything? Same shit. This is from 2024. We're now in
Yep,
2026, and the shit is not codified. When they
it's
have
not.
the House and when they have the Senate.
Uh-huh. Again, he can't get Congress to cooperate.
Well, that shows
It's a
leadership.
mess.
Lack of leadership. Nancy Pelosi could get it done.
Nancy Pelosi is a piece of work that blackmailed people and various other things in the process.
Well, despite that, she still was successful now, wasn't she?
Yeah, but it was all for wrong reasons.
Right, I don't disagree with that, but she still held the caucus together.
Mm-hmm.
There wasn't one that got out of line now, was there? The only one right now
Other than Trump.
the only one that steps out of line right now is Fetterman from the Senate.
Yeah, and they really don't like him.
Exactly.
The Republicans are starting to appreciate him, but the Democrats do not.
Exactly. All right, go ahead.
I was going to say we got 1 minute. Do you want
Yeah,
to just call it here?
let's finish his statement and then we'll stop there, Crazy B, and pick up
Okay.
tomorrow.
Alrighty. Let me hit play.
Being here today, and I look forward to their testimony.
Oh, well,
That's
there
it.
we go. Who
Good
knew?
timing.
Exactly. Awesome. Well, with that all being said, we appreciate everybody sticking around with us and while we were on our little hiatus. We hope that you like our new logo and you will see some different things that happen to it as time goes on, and we'll see if you're paying attention or not. Crazy B, is there anything you want to pick out of the chat before we say our farewells?
Well, I did notice, Arby, and I highlighted it about that lady crossing the state lines. Hi, JJ.
Hey, JJ,
Um,
good to see you.
and I agree with Vanilla. Trump's going after her, and then Cuba. Yeah,
Right,
absolutely. Scheinbaum's going to be getting her butt handed to her quickly, and Cuba is right behind him, which means China is going to be pissed.
oh, big time.
Yeah,
Okay,
but China's going to protect us. I hear that a
right,
lot from the southern border countries, and yeah. Oh, China's got our back. China will help us.
right,
China's going to bring us jobs. Yeah, they brought jobs, and then they turned around and brought in a bunch of their people to work those jobs,
right,
not
right,
the locals.
right.
So, yeah, I've been following the southern border quite closely, and I do hope Trump politely gets their countries in check and puts the right people in office.
I hope so too. We thank everybody for joining Rex Sisters this evening. And please don't forget to like, follow, comment, share, and subscribe. This year we're trying to hit some numbers and hopefully we will make it. Um, and if you're so inclined, we do have our Cash app available. We,
We're getting better at checking it.
yes, we are. And any little bit that you can contribute helps us out greatly. We're still about $600 in the hole, and uh, March is going to be rolling around when we have to renew subscriptions, and that's going to put us even further in the hole. So we're
Yep.
trying to claw our way out here. But
Well, if
uh,
all goes well in February, I'll be able to help with clawing the way out.
there you go. And so, again, we appreciate you supporting Rex Sisters in any way that you can. And with that being said, I'm done for the day and I'm going to bed because the little man will be here again tomorrow.
Hopefully, you guys will get another power nap in.
I doubt it very much. Well, maybe we will because they said that he was pretty wild and active right now. So I'm going to be very curious to see how he sleeps for them tonight. Uh, but I'll take it. We needed the power nap, him and I. So,
Well, that was me. I was up late because I couldn't sleep. And then I fell asleep about 3 in the morning and woke up by 7:30. Took my meds, started editing, getting things ready for today, and just had a little bit of time to game in the afternoon. And I'm still waiting for my capture card, so I'm just playing local stuff
right.
and on my computer. I'm not really streaming it, even though as the schedule balances out, I may get back into streaming my games
There you go.
just for the hell of it. Something to do in the middle of the night when I can't sleep and can't talk.
Right.
I can just play my game and y'all can watch if you're bored.
There you go.
I activated my Rumble tip jar. I don't think we have enough followers to do that on Rumble. I think we got to get upwards of 100.
I think so. We're
Let
headed
me hold
there.
on. Let me check. Let me check really quick. Let's see where we're at. We are at 80 followers on Rumble.
All
20
right.
more to go.
We need, so if
YouTube
you, yeah,
is
yeah, YouTube,
45
yeah, YouTube's low, but because I think they're out on Rumble, but we need to hit that 100 mark on Rumble,
to get
in,
ad revenue.
yeah, to get some ad revenue in, and, which is even funnier, but we'll take whatever at this point. We'll talk about
And
that.
it's stuff is better than something's better than nothing,
This is true. Uh,
and it does add up in the end.
it does. So, with that being said, I'm out, Crazy B.
I am as well. I'm done. I'm exhausted. I'm dying. Need to hit that 100 exactly. And now that we're back, we took our vacation. Not that it was a true vacation, because Dee was sick, and my family chaos led to me being in the ER with swollen spine. And yeah, so not much of a vacation that we thought it was going to be, but
Nope.
not even close.
Nope.
What am I? What am I even saying? It was not close.
Right, right.
Last 2 days of the vacation, I've been laid up in bed with numb legs. So yeah, not good. Um, but my life, we've got the family back on track. Things are going smooth again. Some people are still pissed, and we need to send them some Midol and some tampons because they're all moody, but they'll get over it.
Okay. You might have to tell some of them how to use it, but
They'll figure it out.
Okay.
The
All right,
Midol
guys.
does not go in the bottom, and the tampon does not go in the mouth. All right,
Alrighty
I'm going to
then.
shut up. I need sleep.
Okay, yes. Go get something to eat.
Yeah, I gotta take my meds. That's right.
Yes, you
After
do.
dinner, I grab a snack and then take the next dose of steroids. And oh God, just pray for our sanity. It's gonna be a fun
Yes.
week.
Alrighty.
Y'all stay safe, stay sane, stay sober, and we'll catch y'all on the next one.
Good night, everybody.